unfortunately, you know, in the position we're in, we're going to be thankful that it's a long season because we're banged up so bad right now. If it was a short season, we'd be taken out. But we have time to make up ground. Don't give up on us. That's all I can tell you.
Well, we're not giving up, but we are going to be critical. In tonight's episode, we'll talk about Cashman's presser, Boone's head-scratcher moves, and some Yankees that are heating up as they head to Tampa, plus the mystery of Oswaldo Cabrera. When's he going to start hitting? A quick word from our sponsor, and then we'll be back with more.
Struck him out swinging high fastball.
If you follow this podcast, by now you've heard of Game Time. It's the fastest growing ticket app in the world for a reason. What Game Time is an app that allows you to buy last-minute tickets to local events at the lowest rate possible. So let's say the Yankees have an off night and you decide, hey, I want to go catch a comedy show. I want to go see a band play. I want to go see a hockey game. You just hop on the Game Time app and you can get a really good deal very quickly and save a lot of money. Use the code NYY Recaps to save even more money because you'll get $20 off your first purchase. I recently used it. I try not to have ads for anything that I don't endorse personally, and I gotta say, it's a great experience. It's very simple to use. Use the code NYY Recaps on the Game Time app and get the lowest price on last-minute tickets guaranteed. How's it going, everybody?
A reporter asked Cashman about that, about, getting guys that have injury history. It's odd to me, man. I'm at this point right now where here's how I see it. If we see him, we do. If we don't, maybe hopefully he's healthy by the start of next season.
Yeah.
It's sad to say it, but we're kind of so used to it right now as Yankee fans, and these injuries with everybody is that if they're not back, they're not back. We got to go with what we got. And unfortunately, that whole beautiful thing in the offseason that we got to look at with those 5 starters, and we were so hype about it. Everybody was. We're not even seeing any of it. You know what I mean? Nestor Cortez hasn't been Nestor Cortez as of late. Sevy we haven't seen yet. Rodon, of course, who knows if we're ever going to see him. And Garrett Cole's been unbelievable. Kind of makes his money look very, very nice.
I have a theory. I have a couple of theories, but on Nestor, he just got sat down with that strep throat thing.
Yeah.
And you know how sometimes when you're sick, you can be sick for a few days before it really hits you? Yeah. I'm hoping that he was actually battling something during his last start and didn't know it. And maybe that's why he got kind of roughed up a little bit. So that's just my hope. I also have this other theory. Cashman does not seem very concerned. We'll talk about his presser in a second, but he just never seems very concerned about this. And my thought is, and this might be a little bit conspiracy theory for me, but if the Yankees are the top wild card rather than the division winner, you're guaranteed 3 home games in the first round of the playoffs. Which is if you play in the ALDS, you're not necessarily guaranteed 3 home games. It's more money, So is that a Hal thing where it's like, hey,
you never know.
Take our chances. It's a crapshoot anyway. Let's guarantee the more gates.
You truly never know in today's world, especially how businesses are now run. It is a business, and you want to make as much money as humanly possible. I just don't know if the Yankees are that smart. to be quite honest with you. I don't know if they're that smart.
Well, if I thought of it, I would hope somebody thought of it and said, no, that's not a good idea. But, Cashman, he had that impromptu press conference, and I just feel like he's a master in the art of saying many, many words, yet offering nothing of substance.
Nothing.
Even when he got pulled over by the cops, remember that? They were like, sir, are you the Scranton Strangler? Did you kill all those prostitutes? And he's like,
come out with
I'm not going to verify one way or the other. Sometimes you got to kill some prostitutes. I'm not saying I did. And it's like,
I'm buying Cashman, okay?
What were your thoughts on his press conference?
It was more the same, man. I decided when I heard the announcement, I was like, you know what? I don't have a game today. Let me pop on live and I'll get it as it comes in and I'll react to it immediately. There's just so much garbage in it, man. And like you said, it's like he just throws things against the wall. And it's funny when I listen to this and I go, man, there's so many ways reporters can go with him, and by just using his own quotes in the past and bringing it up again, they just let him off the hook so much. And what I bring up a lot, people don't understand, is that reporters nowadays got to be a little careful because they don't want to lose any access. And a lot of it now is about access. So you don't want to push too hard, even though as fans, we want them to. But the whole quote with the, don't lose hope on us or don't give up on us. We are a World Series caliber operation. Where do you get that from? And look, I understand if you're running things, you want to feel that way. But when I look at the club and what they've done, you are not a World Series caliber operation. And the other thing he did, stop with this process. This is the new thing now. I made a joke out of it originally, but now it is the thing. He might have said the process 42 times during that whole little rendezvous they had there.
Yeah, it's just gale force nonsense, just word salads every time he speaks. Aaron Boone also did not have a great week. First of all, let me get your thoughts on the Domingo thing, pulling him early, because
insane.
My thought on that was 88 pitches in the top of the ninth is different than 88 pitches in the seventh inning. He hadn't had any long innings. He was cruising. He was cutting through the lineup. Singles are going to happen. What does he have to throw, a no-hitter to stay in the game?
And the other thing, too, that makes it even worse is that he brings up, well, he's been susceptible to home runs. Oh, wait a second. What about today? Let's focus on today. Anybody could give up a home run in the night. Anybody can do that.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, all that told you was Aaron Boone does not manage on field. Aaron Boone manages based purely on numbers and analytics. And I don't know if it was a department type thing. I don't know if you watched Foul Territory that day, but I want to shout out Frazier and Kratz, because this was a topic on the show. And both of them said, there is no way you pull him in that situation.
Yeah.
Frazier went as far as saying the Guardians. The Guardians were celebrating in a dugout because he goes, if that was me, we're pumping each other. Guys, we got this game. They're waving a flag. It's over. They're taking a guy out. We're going to win. We're going to get this game. And boom, it was a confidence booster for them. And I remember I flipped out, and obviously during game season, you get the real reaction of a legit fan. And I couldn't believe it when it happened. I remember saying on the game, I said, guys, I don't think this is going to end well. I just had that feel. It just didn't feel right. He was never getting hit hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was never getting hit hard. There was never a deep fly ball. The guy, he struck out somebody, then gave up a single.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not like he gave up a deep fly ball, then he gave up a rocket to right. There was none of that. He was
comfortable. He was comfortable. I contend that one of the next few pitches would have been a ground ball to second base or shortstop. Game would have been over. Clay Holmes had a really bad week. Aaron Boone just seems just so confident in this guy. And I don't know what he's done to justify that confidence, because every time that he's in a tight game, you have to worry about him losing command of the baseball. Yeah. To me, he's a sixth inning guy. Get in there and throw your sinker for, an inning or two. If you have a quick inning with the sinker, no pressure, then you can maybe throw a second inning. But he's not a guy you want to put. He gets so much movement on the ball. You got to be able to throw strikes in the ninth inning.
It's a hard thing to do. And on top of that, I'm so sick and tired of, we went to our best guy there. Aaron, since the All-Star break, he got a 5.5 ERA. This is not a sample size over the last 7 games. There is an obvious problem here. The guy is not who he looked during that little bit of time. And now, would I be shocked? And Derek, you bring up a good point. Is it possible that the Yankees go, hey, look, we're gonna move you from that role? He starts coming in the 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever it is. You keep him out of those big spots. Like you said, too, maybe there's a situation where in a game you go, you know what we need? We really need a ground ball. Let's go to Clay. Let's see if Clay can get us a ground ball here. That is all very possible, and maybe he gets it back, and maybe this is not the spot he needs to be in. And I'm with you on that, man. This can't be. Even tonight, what did he say? He had no hesitation. I didn't even think about this. I was going to him. It was predetermined. This was the way we were going. That is just bad management. I don't know how else to put it.
Ball game over.